Hi, I'm here with Barry Ford from the United States Tennis Association, and Barry, you just were on a panel about youth movement. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what the panel was like and what you do for the Tennis Association?
Sure. I'm Director of Education, Advocacy, and Public Affairs for the USTA, and the panel was about what sports organizations can do to be a part of the fight against childhood obesity. And the USTA is very committed to that, and we're doing a number of things to help get kids moving.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about the United States tennis involvement with this childhood obesity movement that is really popping up all over the country?
Sure. We are a major partner with the First Lady's Let's Move initiative, and she's recently done a PSA for us. And we are committed to building 3,000 kid-sized courts around the country in over 100 communities. So that's an exciting thing for us, and we're on the way to doing that.
And you were mentioning to me before that tennis is having its first change in rules over the past 100 years. Can you give us a little bit more information about that?
Sure. It's called a 10 and Under initiative, and so what we've done is size tennis appropriately for kids who are 10 and under. So if your kid is 8 and under, so really beginning the age of 6, because you can't really start tennis before that. But from 6 to 8, they're going to play on a 36-foot court with a very either foam or low compression ball and rackets that are sized for them, so they can actually swing naturally. They're not swinging over their head. They're not hitting moon balls, and they can actually play points on that court. For kids who are between the ages of 8 and 10, they'll play in a 60-foot court, again with a low compression ball, smaller rackets, and they have the ability to really play points and use strategy and get all kinds of shots, cross, court, down the line, whatever.
And why is it important for the USTA to try and make tennis a bigger, up-and-coming sport in the U.S., starting off with a younger age group?
It's because we have literally failed at engaging really young kids who are ages from 6 to 10. Other sports, for example, soccer in particular, have very, very big bubble, very big base of kids introduced to it at an early age. Now, we don't want to be like soccer because soccer loses a lot of kids after the age of 10 or 12. But we are convinced that if we can get our kids engaged, bump up that number between the ages of 6 and 10, we can keep them in the game, because our experience has been that our numbers level off and they continue to grow actually moderately as kids get older and become teenagers and go to college.
And finally, if you have one piece of advice for students who are trying to break their way into the sports business, what would it be and why?
Follow your passion, know what you're good at, and if you're very clear about who you are, you will find a place that you love in the sports industry. I'm trained as a lawyer. I don't practice law anymore. But what I do is try to make my sport a part of the public policy conversation around childhood obesity or after-school opportunities or kids in general. And so that's what I think anyone can do.
Well, that's great advice. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.